welcome in to Bon Appetit or On the Go or basically all things good. We have a great guest today. We have Cathy Cartier, and she is the blue ribbon winner in the crock cooking for the Creative Living Center, and this is a big deal. These are meatballs to die for, and I'm standing over them, folks, smelling these, and it's just incredible. And we will have the recipe for you as well. If you get in touch with us, we'll give it to you. Cathy's sweet enough to share it. But this is the Alabama National Fair. There's great cooking going on out there and great people. So we want to get started and let Cathy take us through how she came up with this recipe and all of the Alabama products that she's using, which is a big deal to all of us. So you go, girl.
Okay, well, first off, I took the, I found a recipe on Facebook. It was crock pot stuffed meatballs, and I modified it to fit the contest that I wanted to enter it into. The original recipe called for spaghetti sauce, and I used barbecue sauce, and I put a few other things in there. And it was crocking it with Alabama Living, so you had to use at least one Alabama product. I used like 5. And so I used Ziegler bacon, which is Alabama, Conecuh sausage, which is Alabama, farm fresh eggs from Alabama raised chickens, Sister Schubert rolls, and there was one other thing.
Of course,
Alaga.
This, of course, Alaga.
Alaga hot sauce, exactly right. Yep, can't forget that.
That's the oldest food, the oldest family-owned food company in the state of Alabama. So thank you for using our product.
You're welcome. It kind of gave it a good little zing there.
It does.
And the first thing you do is you want to cook 6 strips of Ziegler bacon, and you want to cook them crispy. And then you're going to take them once you've dabbed off all the oil and stuff, and put them in a food processor and chop them up real good, and then put them in a bowl. You're going to put your 1 pound of ground beef, and I used the 97% lean ground beef in there. And you're going to take 1 pound of the Conecuh, it's the hickory smoked sausage is what I used, and it's a link sausage, so you have to cut it up into little bitty pieces and put it into a food processor, and then it looks like that. And you put that in the bowl, and then you put your various spices. I used a teaspoon of pepper, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of salt. It calls for half a cup of Parmesan cheese, a cup of parsley, and half a cup of the garlic powder. And you put all that in there, and I use Sister Schubert rolls, and it calls for half a cup of Sister Schubert rolls. And the type of rolls I used, it took two rolls made it. And you want to take these and smash them to heck and back. So what I did was I took a piece, and I go like this, and it just.
You said day old, didn't you too?
Yeah, day old. You cook them first.
Okay. After they baked.
Yep, and then you just kind of put them in there, and it just shreds real nice into there, and smash it all up. Then you're going to mix all your ingredients. You put the eggs in, 2 eggs. That's right, 2 eggs, and half a cup of milk. And then the half a teaspoon of Alaga hot sauce. And you put that in there, and you mix it all together. And this is already mixed, kind of, sort of. And then you're going to take a small piece of the mixture. If you've mixed it up real good, take a small piece of your mixture. You're going to get a container of whole milk. You want to use the whole milk mozzarella.
Now why? Why is that important?
Because it melts a lot better, and it has more of a flavor.
Gotcha.
So you're going to cut it up into little cubes, and then you're going to take a little bit of your meat, and depending on how big you want your meatballs as to how much stuff you use, but you just kind of cover it up like that, and then roll it into a ball like that.
Ooh, when you bite into that, what a nice surprise.
And then you're going to stick it in a frying pan, and I lightly sauteed it.
Okay.
As you can see, I lightly sauteed them. These are some I already did. And that's to keep the mozzarella from coming out when you put it into the crock pot. And once you've got all your meatballs stuffed, and we'll do another one just so y'all can see how that
that's
was.
great, Cathy, because you want to do it where it's sort of saute and sear. So you're searing the sides of the meatball, and then that way the cheese doesn't run out.
So then once you're done with your meatballs, you put it in a crock pot, and you cook it on high for about 2.5 to 3 hours, and you make sure you stir it occasionally, but be very gentle when you stir it, because you don't want to bust them open.
Right.
So once you've got all that done, then, what's my tail? 2.5 hours, 3 hours later, you can taste them.
Ooh, and they smell good. And you serve this as an appetizer. Is that what you do?
Party food or appetizer?
Party food, because I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, wow, I could serve that over spaghetti or any kind of pasta and just have a meal with a salad.
Yeah, this is what they look like.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So when you cut into one, you see the mozzarella.
That's perfect.
Yep, that's the nice little surprise in the middle.
That is, and that's why you wound up with a ribbon that matches your top. The blue ribbon. And Kathy, there's a prize for this blue ribbon too. And that was how much?
$500.
So this is a fun thing to do. And you know, everybody should go and be involved. In the fair.
There's all kinds of cooking contests. Just go on the Alabama National Fair site, and it shows you a list of all the cooking contests. And for the cooking contest, there's always monetary prizes.
And you can call 272-6831 if you want to check on anything about the fair. It's a great place to go. Great family, great fun, great entertainment. Thank you so much for coming in, and congratulations on the blue ribbon. Oh, trust me, I will. And thanks for using all the Alabama products.
You're welcome. It was fun.
Thanks for being with us, and we'll be right back.